Yeah, yeah. Yeah. We getting everything together. Joshua Drake, what up? I see you. We getting ready to start shortly.
Can you dig it, sucker? Round 2. Fight. Round 2. Fight.
Yeah, okay. Let me test the sound right now. All right, here we go, man. Let's test the sound out real quick with my director. All right, that sounds a lot better. Yo. Nick Mogan, the pro from the low. Let's go. Yeah. Yeah, that's good. wildin'. Let me get the chat pulled up, man. My fault.
Can you dig it, you sucker?
Remix.
Round 2. Fight.
All right, what's going on, everybody? 12/14/2025. You can be anywhere else in the world. You are right now with your boy. It's much appreciated. Dap me up. Hairy knuckles and all. All right. Hopefully, the microphone is good. You can hear me loud and clear. I hope. All right. Let's get to the chat. All right, just make sure the chat's working. We're on multiple apps. All right, so wherever you at, if you're on X, Twitter or whatever you want to call it, Twitch, YouTube, Facebook, you can be wherever. It don't matter. I want you to go ahead and burn that damn chat up. Now we got one hell of a show. You know it always go down. I gotta get deep. We always get deep in depth with talks. I feel like gaming news and gaming channels all over are very, I don't want to say stale because I watch them too, but I feel like they don't get into the nitty-gritty of what we really feel, and that's what we do on Nick Moses 05 Gaming Podcast. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get into our first topic. Now, everybody knows by now, this is one of our most viral segments called Gaming Gone Wild. What we do is we cover crimes around gaming weekly, okay? We want to stay up to date. Sometimes we're recapping stories because there is a conviction, right? There might be an arrest, then a conviction. We seem to dig deep on these, and we have another horrific week in gaming for Gaming Gone Wild. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get to it. I want to shout out everybody in the chat. Joshua Drake, I see some lurkers out there. I'm not going to shout you out. Dap me up, Hairy Knuckles and all, everybody out there. Let's get to it. All right, now I'm going to make sure sound okay, video okay. I'm just making sure everything is good. Seems like everything is good. All right. Okay, let's get to it. So, another amazing week, right? On October 18th, around 4:30 a.m., two masked men broke into Ronin Games in Mesa by prying off a storefront window. Surveillance shows the suspects crawling inside with a large trash can and moving through the store with speed and precision. According to the owner, Preston, the thieves knew exactly where to go. They focused almost entirely on Magic the Gathering cards, grabbing nearly $9,000 worth of merchandise in under 30 seconds before disappearing. Now we can all be certain that they probably cased out the joint. Someone went in beforehand, so they need to take a look at footage. Now, the break-in was more than just a financial hit for Preston. Ronin Games wasn't just an LGS. It was a second time for him and his customers. And the fact that thieves move so efficiently, he knew it was targeted and it wasn't random. So what do you think he did? He did not stay quiet for very long. What Preston did is he alerted all the other game stores in the nearby area and shops across the valley. He sent out what he called a bat signal for these Magic the Gathering cards. He detailed each specific card that was stolen so stores could be on the lookout. 2 days later, what do you know? A man walks into a game shop attempting to sell Magic cards, and the staff noticed something was off right away, but not the cards themselves. No, the handwriting on the penny sleeves matched the distinctive style used by the Ronin Games employee that signed it. So officially, they contacted the police. Suspect then fled on foot, leaving his car behind, everything that was in it. The vehicle was registered to Jason Tatman, a 40-year-old Mesa resident. Police later executed a search warrant and recovered stolen cards from that car, along with gray and red gloves matching those worn by the burglars in the surveillance footage. Tatman was arrested on December 5th. Though he denied involvement, a second suspect is still at large. They want everyone, if you know anything, to alert the Mesa police. Okay? This is nothing new. We see this week in, week out. I think there has to be something done government-wise for trading cards. I do. They almost need to be handled in a different way, even from video games. They have taken a next level. These type of thefts are so common that they're being trendy. I think something needs to be done. I don't think no one's at fault. I think this is something that just needs to be handled. And maybe, we can also put responsibility on the shops. I can say so myself. What I be doing is I got a cage. It's you got to blow that damn thing up. I know that's money, but you have cards that are worth, let's say it's $100,000 worth of cards in there. Isn't it worth spending $200,000 for something secure that might pay back over time? I'm just saying. Nonetheless, shout out to Ronin Games. You guys did the right thing by alerting everybody. And in this story, the criminal was able to be captured. So we want to send a big shout out to you, Preston. Good job. And these criminals right here, second suspect still at large. Now, whoever's calling me, jump on the stream. You know I'm live. Jump on the stream. All right. So, second suspect, whoever you are, right now, people think they know who they are, but they're not saying anything. We will probably pick this story up another day for the second suspect. So, let's move on to the next one. So, this one right here is another sad tragedy. And this is our second story on Gaming Going Wild. And we're stepping into something a little, I ain't going to say a little, a far more heavier substance. Okay. So, a 15-year-old boy in South Fulton, Georgia, hope I got that right, is fighting for his life after being shot multiple times while trying to sell a PlayStation 5. Now, according to family members and local authorities, Jalen Jackson, a 10th grade student at Langston High School, was shot 3 times Tuesday evening while attempting to sell his PlayStation 5. The shooting happened outside his apartment complex on Delano Road at Freedom Park Apartments, where Jalen had gone to meet a potential buyer. And instead of a sale, investigators believe the meeting turned into a robbery. Jalen was then shot in the back, side, and arm, losing a massive amount of blood. Doctors reportedly had to do 6 pints of blood during a transfusion for an emergency attempt to save his life. As the latest update, he still remains in critical condition in Grady Memorial Hospital. We definitely want to send our prayers and healing hands to Jalen Jackson. Now, despite being gravely wounded, Jalen managed to stumble back into his apartment where he collapsed directly in front of his mother, Sharika Clark. In front of his mother. But according to his aunt, Sharika Clark, his mother initially didn't realize the severity of what was happening. Very shocking. And I can understand as any parent. You would think if you have your child falling, and some children, I'm not going to lie, I got, few children that are, some teenagers, and they like to joke around, right? So sometimes you don't know. But Jalen did manage to stumble back into his apartment where he collapsed right in front of his mother. And according to his aunt, Sharika Clark, his mother didn't realize how severe things were. He told his mom, "Mom, I've been shot." She thought he was playing, okay? And then he collapsed, as everybody would think. And I know everybody might say, no, that's nothing to joke about, and you wouldn't think about that. But I'm telling you, everybody as a kid played around, and parents, you got kids. If you're a jokester, they're probably a jokester. But that's why you don't want to cry wolf. But nonetheless, still alive and in critical condition. Family members and neighbors are pleading for anyone with information to come forward. They openly expressed frustration and heartbreak. They're calling the violence senseless and urging the shooter to turn himself in. Okay. Now we're going to say themselves. I don't know the severity or male or female, the details. Could have been a female. So we're going to say themselves in. Police returned to the apartment complex the following day to collect evidence, interview neighbors, and review surveillance footage. While several cameras were visible on the property, authorities still have not confirmed whether a suspect was identified or not. It's not good, man. Now, maybe they told the family member something, but that's nasty. Several cameras, man. Nah. Okay. This is just another reminder, because this is not the first time we've been down this road. If you are selling anything on Facebook Marketplace, Craigslist, somewhere where you're going to meet somebody in person, can you do me a favor? Can you please have somewhere where not only there are multiple cameras there, maybe you should do it at a police station. A police station is a nice spot. Maybe you should go even to a fire department, right? Somewhere where you feel very safe, a open parking lot where everyone is around during a busy time of day. Like, you need something else. You need something else. You can't just do it. This dude is in critical condition, over a damn PlayStation 5, bro. Now, PlayStation 5 is hot, but they ain't that hot to lose your life over. So we definitely want to say, get back well, my dog. We don't want to see this happen to nobody. So if you on Facebook Marketplace right now, do me a favor and do all your sales in front of a police officer. Maybe have some backup with you. Maybe you need, I ain't going to tell everybody to get out there and be armed, because I think it would be Grand Theft Auto. Everybody pulling guns on each other. I don't want that. What I really want is people to be able to sell things like we used to do way back in the day, right? And I also want people to feel safe. That's what I want, all right? So, big shout out, man, to my guy for hanging in there, being strong enough to go back into the house and say, "Mom, I've been shot." Because if he didn't say that, he would be leaking. He would be done. Thank the Lord. This man got the strength. Dab me up, my dog. Now, what's going on? I see my dogs in the house. I see DJ C Money. What's going on, DJ C Money? See Dog Blizzard Fox jumped in. What's going on? See both my dogs here. Now, we're going to go ahead. We got a hot show right now. We got more people tuning in. Shout out to everybody tuning in across all platforms. Let's go ahead and move on to the next subject. So, Petrix, holidays can be crazy, and these are desperate times. So stay safe and don't get got. He's not lying. Holiday season, please be careful, man. These crimes you are going to see more and more as video games become more popular, as we're going to talk about this one. Okay, so this one is our third story happening in Omaha, Nebraska, where a massive video game theft unraveled in a very ironic way. According to Omaha police, an avid gamer and game reseller who was reported back in August that his storage unit had been burglarized. When he took inventory, he found out that roughly $30,000 worth of video games was stolen. Yo, I'm not gonna lie. My dog, I don't even got to know who you are. $30,000 worth of my video games get stolen. I'm sorry. Somebody got to pay physically. I'm sorry, y'all. My bad. Let me get back to the story. According to Omaha police, He was an avid gamer and reseller, reported back in August that his storage unit had been burglarized. And when he took the inventory, roughly $30,000 worth of video games and gaming systems were missing. Surveillance footage from the storage facility showed Nathan Jensen, who was 40 years old, and an accomplice, Shelly Dose, we ain't forgot about you, Shelly, loading large totes of property into the bed of a pickup truck. We got you. We got you. All right. Investigations later learned that Dose was renting 2 storage units on the same floor as the victim, giving the suspects easy access and familiarity to the location, and also a nice cover. But they have cameras, asshole. So the case cracked open when the victim spotted an online advertisement from Pop Culture Exchange, a local game and collectible shop showcasing an Atari Jaguar collection. Oh, my goodness. Just so happens to be the same damn collection, including Attack of the Mutant Penguins that he immediately recognized as his stolen property. I agree. Like, if you just see somebody right now selling an Atari Jaguar with the video game Attack of Mutant Penguins, I think you can assume that's probably your game, bro. There's not many people still with that. It's not. Just saying. So, when the victim actually contacted the store, employees confirmed that Nathan Jensen had sold the items, and he even provided his ID. They got it. So they didn't stop there. These suspects, Nathan and Shelly was on a run, okay? Police actually show and have reports of Jensen and Dose sold the many stolen items, okay? Also, they sold at Ben's Game Zone. They selling this. You can't sell your stolen items in the local hood you're stealing them from. God damn it, Nathan. My bad, y'all. I got pissed. But as investigators dug deeper, storage facility employees recognized Dose immediately. They said, "Oh, that's her. That's her right there." She had rented units on the same floor and was later seen when Jensen returned in September to clear out her storage unit. But inside one of the units, police reportedly found a lockpick, strengthening their burglary case. Jensen was arrested Thursday during a traffic stop for driving without license plates. Go figure, Nathan. And police say they also found a pipe in plain view. My man had the glass rose pipe. We know what's up. He had it right in plain view, leading to additional charges. And now he faces burglary, drug possession charges, being held on a $7,500 bond, and also they have an arrest warrant for Shelly Dose. They not going anywhere. Nasty work for both of them. Damn. Oh, by the way, they also located a bunch of different posts on Facebook Marketplace where they were selling a lot of the items too. Speaking of Facebook, be careful on Facebook Marketplace. That's all I got to say, man. They got some good stuff. Yeah, it's low price, but it might be hot. Remember that. Just remember that. Now, these idiots went on a GTA gaming spree and were very stupid in the way they handled it. But I'm going to say this, and I'm going to ask everybody, and this is a real question. Do they have a case if there is no footage that actually shows them going into the storage unit? Yes, because they found some of the stolen items already. It's a wrap. Once we can prove you have some of the stolen items, we just have to prove you have more. Bravo, boys. Way to get them. Way to get them. So, we'll see Shelly in jail soon. Let's move on to the next. Hey, Shelly, if you want to come on and tell your story, you can come on here. I'll be more than happy to let you talk from an undisclosed location. But guess what? They're going to get your ass very soon. Okay? Blizzard Fox reminds me of a recent theft of a few game stores over in Lincoln. I'm not going to lie to you. This is the new, right around the corner from me. They hit a gaming store, and guess what they did? They rode the car straight through the GameStop. Bam! They're doing it all over the city, man. It's the new thing. Hey, it's a GameStop. Roger, boom. That's all you got to do, right? It's the new thing, and each time they're coming out with like $30,000 worth or more worth of games, trading cards, all types of things, and they don't get caught for some reason. I don't know what's going on. Some of them do, but nonetheless. Joshua Drake, fingerprints. Yeah, it's over. We could say Nathan Jensen, Shelly Dose. You're right, Joshua Drake, fingerprints. It's over. It's over. They're going to fingerprint the whole joint. Now, they can have gloves. It ain't working like that. They're going to have you touching something, right? Your hair follicles, DNA, they got you. You popped. I agree. Joshua Drake. Yeah, I agree. You got it. It's over with. I don't even know why I'm discussing the case. This ain't no case. It's over with. Marcus, what's going on, my dog? Dap me up, Harry Knuckles and all. Good to see you, man, over there. Facebook, yo, shout out everybody on all chats, man. Thank you. Burn up the chat. Burn up the chat. GPS tracking, I agree. You know what I'm saying? But, yo, inline electronics is a hot commodity right now, so y'all be careful, okay? Now, this gaming chair, I need to go ahead and tighten. You see how it falls down? That's because it's old. I need to tighten up the screws. Every time I'm moving it, it goes down, all right? DJ C Money, what's up? No, we didn't end the live, man. You right on time, my boy. Let's go ahead and move on to the next story. It ain't over, man. What do you think? I told you this week is crazy. So, final story, though, on Gaming Going Wild. This is across the Atlanta area. Multiple game stores have been hit in a string of smash and grab robberies, with the thieves walking away with more than $100,000 worth of Pokemon cards. Store owners say the thefts are relentless, devastating, and they feel increasingly organized. Does this sound familiar? I'm telling you guys, it's a ring going around. People see it as an easy target. It has been happening all over. Atlanta's another area. So, according to authorities and store owners, at least 3 game shops across Georgia have been hit in the recent weeks, all suffering major losses tied specifically to Pokemon cards. You see the video on screen. They go in there, they grab, and they out. The latest one at One Up Games in Calhoun, surveillance video actually captured a man wearing a motorcycle helmet, smashing a glass display case, and shoving dozens of high-value Pokemon cards into a duffel bag. You're asking yourself, how much did that total? Well, that theft was $4,000. Some of the cards were valued as high as $675, more than an Xbox Series X. That's a shame. Now, store owner Omar Ruiz said Pokemon cards are hotter than ever, attracting not just collectors, but criminals. I think it could possibly turn even a collector into a possible criminal. So, this happened also in Duluth, where the owner of Top Card reported a theft exceeding $50,000 in Pokemon cards. Even more troubling, this was the second time in 2 months that same store was targeted. Surveillance footage shows a suspect breaking through the front door, dumping cards into a duffel bag and fleeing, just like in Calhoun. Same thing. Suspect appeared wearing a motorcycle helmet, and the engine could be heard even as they escaped. More than likely, trending. In Suwannee, the owner of Catch Back Cards shared photos of their store in disarray after the thieves busted a window and stole an estimated $20,000 to $30,000 worth of Pokemon cards. Do y'all hear what's going on? Across 3 locations, that's estimating close, or if not, $100,000. Now, store owners expressed frustration, exhaustion. This is around Black Friday, where a lot of, things were coming in, and they're possibly expecting to sell them around Christmas time. Not anymore. Not anymore. So this is happening all throughout Atlanta, anywhere in the Georgia area. So if you went in Georgia, do me a favor. If you own a video game shop, shout out to my dog Zadri Pickens. Y'all remember that? Shout out to my dog Zadri Pickens. He got a store. I know it's either, if it's not in Chicago, it's outside of Chicago. My bad if I got the place wrong, my dog. You can go ahead. I'll tag you. You can tag the spot. But he was also a victim of a theft like this. It seems to be trending, and we need to make sure we stick behind people like that. So, Zadri, you got my support. Everybody that's going through this got my support. We need to stop this shit, man. We need new rules around this shit or something. We need some, hey, we getting older. We got to start actually going to these town hall meetings, y'all, and putting our foot down, at least on video games and trading card games and all that shit. Yeah. Without further ado, that is gaming gone. Wow. So we're going to see if this is working. Let's see if this worked too. Yeah, that worked. Okay. Let's go ahead and move on to the next topic. This one is well-deserved. I'm going to get into the actual facts, but I think this is well-deserved because me being a Call of Duty fanboy for almost the entirety of Call of Duty, I think this is probably the most difficult live I've ever had to do around Call of Duty, speaking about Call of Duty or discussing Call of Duty. This is going to be very tough for me. Guys, I want to say first to all the Battlefield fans out there, I'm sorry. I was wrong. I bragged about how Call of Duty would beat you in everything. I said campaign. I said multiplayer. I do think we still got zombies, but that's nonetheless. I'm not here to do that. I'm ready to take the L. This is the time to take it. I play Battlefield and I play Call of Duty. I'm going to tell you guys the truth as being Call of Duty. This ain't it, man. This ain't it, bro. This shit right here ain't it. Let me tell y'all the true experience from a real Call of Duty lover. Now, I'm coming from that old ass Unk stage, that 40 plus stage, that stage where it's like, hey, I'm just trying to have a good gaming experience. My ass not trying to go out to Hollywood, LA somewhere and be playing in the world stage. I'll leave that shit for the young kids. I'm just trying to have a good time, bro. I want to be able to have a good time. Well, I ain't got to be bothered with not a soul. See, when you're young, you want to get everybody around. Hey, look at me. When you get older, you don't want anybody around and you want to, hey, leave me the hell alone. All right? That's how shit changes. I actually cut on Black Ops 7 for the first time. As a true Call of Duty fan, I did what any Call of Duty fan would do who is a true Call of Duty fan. I first hit the single player campaign. That's what you do. Now, I know all you young kids hit the multiplayer first. Don't even play the campaign. Go your whole life not even touching the campaign. But the campaign is your tutorial to get used to the multiplayer. Play the shit, young folks. But nonetheless, here nor there, I play the campaign. I played the campaign. First of all, I want to say, I didn't know you had to box Mike Tyson to figure out how to play the campaign single player. I didn't know. I didn't know I was going to have to pull out blades and fight Wolverine and Edward Scissorhands to be able to figure out how to play single player. I didn't know that, Call of Duty. You should have told me that. So while I'm going through, where's the single player? Where's the single player? Why don't they have single player? Oh my goodness. That's your first mistake. I eventually found it. So I don't feel my lobby. Cool, turn it off. Bam, go into the single player. The story starts going. I'm watching the story. I said, up, fuck that. Boop, skip. Y'all know I'm about action. When you my age, I don't got time. Okay? If I want to get into the story, I'll get my RPGs, my single player, open world. I can do all that. Right now, I'm ready to jump into action. I jump into action. Now, I jump into action so much, I went to the next stage. I don't do the tutorial stage. No. I jump into the next stage. I'm ready. I know how to play. Cuts on. First thing it says, sneak into the building. Sneak into the building. I'm not lying, y'all. First, so I did. You know, Call of Duty, I give you a shot. This is part of the game. I'm going to do it. Right? I know you're going to come back with it. I tried sneaking through. And every time I kept getting killed. Oh, my shield's down. I'm you know. And finally I said, F your way of sneaking in. And I just said, and I started shooting everything. And yes, what do you know? It said, all hostiles are down. Then what the hell you have me sneak in for? You should have just told me to come in. Man, I cut that shit straight off. You know what? Everybody, it is so much better to play that with people. You might as well. You don't have to do nothing but shoot stuff, kill stuff, and go through the end of the game. That is it. I don't want flat. We are tired. And I'm going to let you know something. Call of Duty right now. I'm going to keep it real with you. And this is so real. I shouldn't be scolding you like this. The more that AI takes over, the more real people start reaching for. You feel that? The more AI takes over, the more real people start reaching for. We don't want anything that doesn't feel our emotion. It doesn't pull at our hearts. Real, because anybody can make anything. We can right now go to ChatGPT and say, give me a great game. Bam, we got a game. Like, you cannot drop this piece of shit on us and expect us to be happy. I'm sorry. Zombies cool. Multiplayer, I'm not down. I don't even care. You can say multiplayer is cool. No, it ain't. I ain't trying to fly across walls and doing all this shit. Look at the futuristic robots and all that. Stop! Battlefield out there pulling at our hearts was real warfare. You feeling like you really at war with your friend. I can't feel like I'm really at war with my friends if I'm in goddamn 3058. That don't work like that. That's not real. You said you straying away from all the fake bullshit. You might as well put Beavis and Butthead in here, bro. You might as well just did that. Go ahead and do it. Rick and Morty, bring them all. Okay? I apologize, Battlefield fans. Okay? Now, with that out the way, yeah, I'm sorry. But following the underwhelming response to Call of Duty Black Ops 7, Activision published an official message from the team addressing player feedback and signaling a strategy change. Activision says it will no longer release back-to-back entries. And I know I said that before. Yeah, they said it before, okay? But they mean it. Because they realize there is nothing special with Call of Duty by doing that. Now, the same sub-series, Modern Warfare, Black Ops, they wanted to give us a more real feel, and they realized this ain't it. So Activision bowing out. Battlefield, y'all got it, man. All right? We lost, bro. We'll take a L. We cool. We've been winning for years, man. You know what I'm saying? We can't be the best-selling game all the time. And for all my Call of Duty fanboys, I know what y'all going to say. Y'all going to try to ride with me and be like, we still the best-selling game. We still are. I don't even think we the best-selling game, bro. I'm going to be honest. I think we're terrible. We will be nowhere near that. More people will buy Battlefield. I want to say both games are on sale, so it don't even matter. Call of Duty is part of Game Pass, so technically, if you don't got a lot of concurrent players with Game Pass, oh, shit, we doomed. Anyway, alongside the messaging, Activision also announced a free trial period for Black Ops 7 multiplayer and zombies and emphasized its plan for ongoing seasonal support as a broader effort to re-earn confidence. Y'all, did they just say that shit to my face? They did. They just said that to my face. They gonna try. Yo, I'm gonna tell you, Call of Duty, you're not No Man's Sky. Like, what the hell do you think you are? You're known for year to year. Just trash it. Keep focusing on the next one. What are you talking about? We're gonna focus on support. No, you're gonna focus on raking in dollars. Because I'm gonna be honest, that's what's wrong with gaming right now. Okay, and I'm crashing out right now. Yeah, I'm crashing out because Call of Duty tanked. You piece of shit. Okay, but the real problem is everybody is joining this Fortniteification. Okay, everybody wants to sell everything. You want to sell music, you want to sell characters, you want to sell all these things to look cool. You want to sell stages. Oh, you don't have, just buy a battle pass. Oh, on top of the battle pass, we're going to release a character. Oh, you don't have to buy a character, you can buy the hunt pack. The hunt pack's going to get you this. Oh, $4, $10 here, $20 there, $10 here. We ain't stupid. Call of Duty, you're doing the same shit and you're doing a cash grab. And this is the problem with gaming. That is why indie companies are winning. They're coming out trying to make profit, but they're not trying to make a cash grab. They actually have to tackle a good game, win an audience over because they don't have a name. And all you AAA companies out there trying to get by making your investors proud. That's all you're doing, making your investors proud. Hey, we're making more money. And I ain't gonna lie, I got stock. It be looking nice on my Microsoft stock when it be going up. But this shit right here is bullshit. It's trash. And gaming's turning trash. I'm sorry. That is why you already see, I don't know if anybody know, and like I said, I'm going off, but GTA 6, y'all remember, wasn't it 31 different developers who were unionized, they got fired, and now they looking into that? Right? You're wondering why all this stuff is happening. I don't know why it's happening, but I can tell you this. It's all about the dollar. It's not about the consumer. You got to realize that when I do an advertisement, just so y'all know, I'm getting paid for an advertisement. I'm going to say all the good shit because I'm getting paid. Right? I'm not going to say nothing bad. You're not going to get that bad about me, right? You shouldn't. You're getting paid. If you had a job, you shouldn't. Simple as that. Now, that just got super loud. I think I got automatic mic or something like that. Yeah, there we go. Echo cancellation, noise suppression, all that shit. Turn that down. I don't know what the hell they doing, man. When you got all this, they turn your mic all different types of shit. How do I sound? Do I sound okay? I feel like it just took my mic and now I sound super loud. Is it just me? Is it just me? All right, I went into there. And changed it. That was wild. And I don't got no audio. I sound better? All right, cool. But shit, we're going to leave it. Shit, maybe it's doing right. Hey, nice job, Elgato. Nice job. I don't know what the hell you doing. They said it sound better. We're going to let it rock. So, I got a lot more bad shit I can say. I have a lot of different paperwork. Notice I don't be going over a lot of this shit. I got dates, future implications, all types of things. I don't need the numbers, okay? But because I did trash Battlefield, and I trashed them because Call of Duty, I'm a strong fan of yours. And this is a piece of shit. So, on the performance side, just know multiple industries and reports cite a significant early decline in Steam sales versus last year. They're not going off of Game Pass numbers because that can be screwed. We want to go off Steam numbers. All right. So, of course, it seems like Black Ops 7 is around 401,000 copies on Steam in its first 26 days. Now, just to give you an estimate, I think Black Ops 6 was around like 2.5 million or some stuff. I don't know. They were some crazy numbers. But still, Xbox Game Studios head Matt Booty acknowledged that shipping a major franchise every year is difficult. They don't want to do that shit anymore, and they want to move on. So we're going to go ahead and move on now. I'm not going to keep dissing such a, treasured franchise. You guys are not going to get me to do it. You're not going to get me to do it. I already trashed it, okay? Yes, piece of shit. Black Ops 7. I don't care about the multiplayer, the zombies, or nothing. If you took someone like me who was an old unk who's used to just getting in, playing that campaign experience, moving my way to multiplayer, how can I feel great about multiplayer when your campaign is flat and dead? I didn't feel no emotion. I didn't have nothing tug at me. I felt more tugging at me watching the trailer of Battlefield. Take that. And I love you, Call of Duty. You're still my franchise. All right. Let's go ahead and move on to the next one. Ooh, Stream Deck is working nice. All right. Game Awards. I'm sure everybody tuned in. Just so you guys know, I was actually live on Twitch. I was going to say before, but I think it was during the actual Game Awards. I don't know. It was a little bit before and then it came on. I don't know. I'm not in tune as much as I used to be with the Game Awards starting time. I'm not. All right, I'm getting old, man. I got family to get off work and all types of shit. The Game Awards was like, but that's my bad. That's my bad because I am going to be going. I'm going to be doing interviews and more things at the Game Awards. I need to be tuned in a little more. That's my bad. All right. But nonetheless, let's go ahead and discuss what we need to. Of course, Claire Obscure Expedition 33. It won everything. It was everything. It was perfect. Perfect. How you do that? I wish I had the Street Fighter sound. Perfect. I ain't got it. But you know what I'm saying? I need that perfect because that game, it deserves Game of the Year. If you have not played it, please play it. I'm not going to say nothing else. I'm not going to ruin it. It is a great game, well-deserved. And it proves that you don't need to be some live action game. Oh, to be so sparkling out. No. Thank you. Thank you. Now, it took Game of the Year and Game Direction on the official board and won across multiple categories. Validated the prestige RPG lane, okay? And it also reinforced that, like I said, these indie or AA, I don't know what you want to call them, because sometimes they can be a little bigger, but we're going to say indie studios, they do it, man. This is what you need. You need people who care, who don't care about them investor dollars, right? They do want to make their investors happy, but it's not at the expense of the gamer. Now, it's a lot more I can say about that game, but the winners, it showed like a I don't know. It was a lot of different stuff. So let's talk about some of the things. Most anticipated game. Everybody knows who that was going to. Grand Theft Auto 6, of course. That's going to be the most anticipated game for the next 5 years if it don't release, right? That is the most anticipated game. Best multiplayer. Can anybody guess? Arc Raiders. Yes, I don't know if I agree with that, but nonetheless, Arc Raiders, best multiplayer. And best fighting game. A lot of people were kind of hot over this. But Fatal Fury, City of the Wolves. Great fighting game. I love fighting games. It is a great fighting game. I really didn't care who won on this category. Every single fighting game is great. Okay, people talking about Mortal Kombat 1 not getting its esports this year. Why they do Mortal Kombat 1 like an old stepchild they don't care about? That's bogus. But anyways, those were the ones that most people talked about. What else was it? I said Claire, Obscure. What else? Oh, Player's Voice, Wuthering Waves. I didn't play it. I didn't know nothing about that. But I got to say, that was Voice. Best Adaptation, The Last of Us Season 2. I agree, right? Last of Us. Oh, so beautiful. Big things, trailers people were discussing. Resident Evil Requiem. A lot of people were talking about that. This is Copcoms. Whoa, I gotta take a drink on that. My bad, y'all. Can I get where's the SpongeBob sound on that? I ain't got no SpongeBob sound. That's what I need. That was wild. That was wild. Can't believe I said Copcom. Woo! Okay. We back. My bad, y'all. My bad. I was tripping on that. Capcom's next main line will have Leon in it. Everybody's waiting on it. Resident Evil Requiem. Sure, you can go ahead and check that out. It's got a firm 2026 window. So everybody get ready. Resident Evil. Ooh. And Leon, I miss you, Leon. Where you been, man? Where you been? It's been a while. All right, you a strong character. All right, you a strong character, man. Okay. Ace Combat 8, Wings of Thief. I'm not a big Ace Combat player, but Ace Combat has been a franchise taking what is that? A combat simulator. You can just say jets and guns. Okay, that's all I know. All right. But Ace Combat 8, Wings of Thief, a core gamer announcement right there. Control Resonant. Everybody know Control. Control has been one of the most visually stunning games ever. Some people would say that. Control Resonant will be dropping, and Remedy is moving the franchise forward. Okay, they moving it forward, so I'm very curious to what they're going to do with that. One that kind of caught me. There was a couple things around Tomb Raider, but Tomb Raider Catalyst and Tomb Raider Legacy of Atlantis. It's a 2-lane lore strategy, one new, one nostalgia forward. I don't know how I feel about it, but I do like the realism feel around Lara Croft. I do got to say this, though. Can we get her out the jungle? Dude, I'm tired of, matter of fact, I'm going to tell y'all how right now they can take Lara Croft to the next level. Get rid of the Tomb Raider name. I don't know why. Why the hell are you keeping Tomb Raider? Tomb Raider was big back in the 90s, right? You should destroy the Tomb Raider name. You should call it Lara Croft. Why haven't you done that a long time ago? It should be Lara Croft, da-da-da-da-da. Lara Croft, the forest of this. Lara Croft, the deserts of this. Lara Croft, that's why they do Prince of Persia. It's about the Prince of Persia. Now you say, okay, he's not in Persia, but Prince of Persia. He's the Prince of Persia. He can go anywhere. Tomb Raider name is what's holding it back to me. I don't know how everybody feels about that, but I think they really need to kill the name Tomb Raider and go with Lara Croft. It will go a long way. And take her. We tired of seeing. I'm sorry. I don't want to rage, but the next time I see a 100-foot giant ball rolling down a steep hill and a person running away and diving away the last second, I'm sorry. That is one of the oldest movie tropes ever. Don't do it. Don't do it. Don't do it. Okay? At least do something else. Do the ball coming down and they running, they get tripped and they fall, something else happened. Like, you have to spice it up all the way. You can't do the ball coming down and then go to another scene. There's so-and-so in the clip. No. I do like the realism feel to it, but you got to pull her out of there. Okay? That was me raging a little bit. My bad. Okay, there's a lot of other ones. Star Wars, Fate of the Old Republic, a major single-player RPG. Hold up. I don't think y'all heard me. Star Wars, Fate of the Old Republic. It is positioned right now as a major single-player RPG. Y'all, I'm sorry. I am predicting right now that game could possibly win Game of the Year. I'm going to tell y'all the truth, and I shouldn't even be confessing. I never seen the Star Wars movie, ever. I'm a Trekkie. All right? So I can't even do that. Can't do that to my people. But nonetheless, I could follow what's going on, and the games have been great. I love Star Wars Battlefront 1 and 2. Right? That was some of my favorite games. So the fact that you got Fate of the Old Republic, oh my goodness. And we got to talk about Star Wars Galactic Racer. I'm sorry. We have been waiting as fans, as OG, as old people. We have been trying to get something to capture a realistic feel of F-Zero, right? Or what was the other game on PlayStation? It wasn't Wipeout. Was it? Was it Wipeout? It may have been Wipeout. But we want the futuristic racer, but combat, but real. That's tough to tackle. I know we want it. And this could possibly be it because people feel like Star Wars is real. Like, you feel that shit in your heart. I don't even watch the movie. And that shit get to me sometimes. Okay. What else we got? Oh my goodness. And this is, you know what? Y'all, this game called High Guard. Did y'all see the trailer for High Guard? Yo, I'm not gonna lie. This is with my man Geoff. Is that Geoff? Jeff? How do you say it? I don't know. Right? When you got the funny spellings and all that, I don't know. Jeff. No, I'm saying, nonetheless, Mr. Keeley, when they took out the show for the Game Awards, they said, y'all get ready for the biggest hit. This is going to be transcending. It's going to take you to the next level. It is. And they dropped the trailer. Get quiet. Everybody start paying attention. And they showed High Guard. For those who do not know, High Guard looked like, I want to say Vanguard. Right? Yo, High Guard looked like a mobile title straight out the gate. I thought it was a mobile game. Now, the other thing is it didn't tug at my heart. I felt like it was doing too much. I felt like if I went to Sora right now and said, hey, could you make me a game that looks cool and that people might like, it would do that. That type of trailer. I'm sorry. From now on, if you're going to end the show, don't ever end it with some soulless piece of shit like High Guard. You have a team that you can consult with. There was a lot of people out there, a lot of gamers that you could have ran this by. You could have showed that trailer. Okay, it was a lot of you could have ended it with Resident Evil. Imagine everybody seeing Leon and everything went off. You could have did that. But you showed High Guard. Now, High Guard better be the shit. It better be great. The way y'all talked about it, it better be. And nonetheless, Street Fighter movie, you know, I don't even know how I should talk about the Street Fighter movie. Yes, Street Fighter live action. I don't know, a series or movie. I didn't even care. After I seen that, you know, we all were haunted when we seen the first Street Fighter movie, Jean-Claude Van Damme. Damn, you know, E. Honda weighed as much as I did. DJ weighed 50 pounds. I mean, Chun-Li, she was actually a good part. I ain't gonna be mad at Chun-Li. Chun-Li was actually pretty good. But it was a lot of other parts in there I did not like. I wasn't even mad at Jean-Claude Van Damme as Guile, but the rest of that shit. Nonetheless, the Game Awards to me was much of the same. A lot of trailers. I still feel like it's mostly about the trailers. I still feel like that. And we need something more real. We need something else with the Game Awards. And I don't know what it is, but we need something tangible, something that we can hold. Or I got a better one. We need something we can be a part of. You know how back when you do like the voting shows, and it's like vote for your favorite person. I know you can vote for games and shit, but we need something deeper. We need to be able to like, hey, everybody play this game right now, and whoever has the highest score in this game by the end of the show wins a prize. Or make it 5 games. So everybody's playing games while you have the stream up. So you can see your score. You can see measurements. Like, we just need more interaction. And I feel like that's where the future is headed, and that's where we're lacking. Yeah, and Dr. Specimen, Silk Song, that was another one. It was a lot of indies that had to get looked over. It was tough, man. Indie, hey, you can't be mad at that if anything gets overlooked in the indie realm. It's just too much. It's too many good games. AAA, it's like they got destroyed by all the indie titles. Let's be honest. You know what I mean? So, but yeah, we need something more interactive, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, we just need something. Even if it was, you talk about Silk Song, imagine high score. Now at the end of the whole thing, you see who had the high score between this time and this time. Hey, we see you win. We're going to send you. It can be a piece of shit. Send me a Game Awards t-shirt. Like, at least give me something to play for. I'm just saying, we can't just be sitting here watching trailers going, ooh, and all the investors going, ooh, and everybody else is going, and that's it. That ain't what I'm having. All right. You know what I'm saying? Hey, Ab, what's going on? Dap me up, Harry Knuckles and all. Good to see you, man. Ain't seen you in a bit. We got Dr. Specimen in the building. Okay, for those who do not know, DJ C Money. The link. Let me go ahead and just put the link there, DJ C Money. All right, it's there. It's there. All right. Finals this week, man. Hey, good luck on the finals, man. I know you good. Study your ass off. Okay, don't do the late night study and cram session shit. You know, I took me an Ambien and I was no, don't do that shit. Okay, study the right way, man. Study the right way. Limitless pill ain't real. All right, if y'all ain't seen the movie, the Limitless pill is not real. Because if it is, I ain't gonna lie, I be paying some good money. They took that shit one time, and the man changed his whole life. Okay, that's crazy. Now, same here. At least I'm graduating this semester. Yo, big kudos to everybody in school who graduated. Ooh, that game, I don't know. Them sounds was loud to me. I don't know. Maybe I need to turn the sounds down a little bit. That was loud to me. That was just me. All right, I turned it down. But nonetheless, shout out to y'all, man. I remember being in school, a young pup. You know, at first, I had, and I ain't gonna lie, for those who do not know, I was very much into working, and I had to work and be a father and all types of stuff, going to school. So my early college years was rough. So my first report card was dad. Okay, it was DAD. I had 3 classes. It was DAD. Yo, I swear to God, bro, this is no joke I put on my life. My first report card, when you look at them grades, man, my first set of grades for college was DAD. And lo and behold, I wind up losing my job. For those who know, I was coming late all the time because I'm trying to pick up my daughter, trying to do this, trying to do that. I was doing too much, right? They let me go, and I'm one of the best workers, so they all crying, and it's so sad to let you go, and you've been part of the first person hired, and I'm sitting there as a young pup, don't give a shit. Hey, yeah, you know, I understand. You got to do what you got to do. Okay, you got to do it. You know, I understand. It's me that's messing up. I know you gave me a bunch of extra points and changed the rules. I don't care. You know, I was ignorant. I was ignorant. So let's go ahead and move on to the next subject. Now, guys, we love this one. This one is none other than Dude, I Get the Fucking Munchies. We talk about the latest in food. You know what I'm saying? If you got a left-hand cigarette, this is your segment. You need this right here. My inner fat boy tugs at me. And this segment is also one of our highest viewed when broken down into clips. Believe it or not, we have Thanksgiving and Christmas segments still being commented on from 2 years ago. So guys, without further ado, it is, Dude, I got the fucking munchies. All right, let me turn this off. That was that. My bad. I forgot. You know what I'm saying? I had that on. Okay. So, first one, Bud Light has partnered with the Buffalo Bills to launch Blizzard Brew, which is a limited edition beer made using snow collected directly from Highmark Stadium. Okay, so if you are a Buffalo Bills fan, you might want to get you some Bud Light right now. The release celebrates the Bills' final season at the stadium and the long-running tradition of fans volunteering to shovel snow before home games. Now, the snow was transported to Anheuser-Busch Baldwin's Brewery and incorporated into the brewing process. Blizzard Brew is being sold in custom 16-ounce cans at select retailers in the Buffalo area and the team's final regular season home game. Bills legend Andre Reed is scheduled to appear at the stadium for the final home game as part of the launch. Both Bud Light and the Bills framed the beer as a tribute to Bills Mafia's dedication and the city's identity. That is dope. Some of the most dopest shit. I ain't gonna lie. I'm a Philadelphia Eagles fan, so I don't really care about Buffalo Bills. Like y'all could lose every game. Like I don't really give a shit. But the fact that you partner with Bud Light and you got your own beer made from snow, we don't know. We could be bullshit, right? I don't know if they're actually making it with the snow. I think they're lying, but still, that is coming from the stadium. This is gonna sell out like crazy, and I ain't gonna lie. This is gonna sell out immediately. And it's also going to be a collector's item. So you'll find this years to come because it's going to be no more. They're only selling it because it's the last season in the damn stadium. Just think about that. Last season in the stadium, they selling beer. That's crazy, bro. So I got to say, Bud Light, Big shout out to y'all, Buffalo Bills. Shout out to y'all. Highmark Stadium, man. The snow coming directly from there. So if you want a beer with actual Buffalo Bills Stadium snow, this is what you do. All right, let's go ahead and move on to the next one. Now, why don't I have the SpongeBob sound anymore, man? This got to get the Wolfpack, man. This got to get the Wolfpack right here, man. I ain't did the Wolfpack in a while, man. Talk to him nice, Denny's. I ain't even going to talk about the real news right now, Denny's. Let's talk about how you trying to take swagger to another level, Denny's. You trying to take swagger to a level I ain't seen yet, Denny's. I ain't gonna lie, I've seen a lot of people put out. Taco Bell just linked up with Hollister's. I didn't see them do something like this. Denny's, I feel you. Now I'm gonna get to the news. All right. Denny's has now entered the sneaker space with sticky kicks. Yes, sticky kicks. That's hard to say, especially these sticky kicks. Oh, sticky kicks. I got me sticky kicks. Hey, Mom. But Denny's has entered the sneaker space with sticky kicks. A limited edition collector shoe filled with real Denny's syrup. It's sealed behind clear side panels. The high top sneakers will retail. Listen to the price. Drum roll. $195. The release will happen on December 17th for National Syrup Day and will be sold exclusively through dinerdrip.com with early access for Denny's Rewards members. So if you want access to these shoes, they're going to be a collector's items as well. $200 pretty much. And I don't know how that's going to hold over time, if that shoe's going to wear, if the syrup's going to turn a color. Like a lot of these things, I wonder. But we don't know. But the shoe is going to be $195. You can buy it from dinerdrip.com. The shoes were designed by footwear artist Dan Gamachi, who emphasized the project was meant to be a collector's item and not practical footwear, so they do not expect anyone to wear it. Denny's was clear in its warning. The syrup is decorative only and should not be punctured or consumed. So for anybody trying to consume it, saying I put it on my pancakes, and you're trying to go viral on TikTok or anything, you're very dumb, because Denny's stated this ain't even syrup. Let's be honest. It's not syrup. They're faking you to believe it is syrup. It's not syrup. It's fake syrup. That's why it's going to be able to hold its color over time. Why do you think? It's fake syrup. That's why they're telling you right now, don't puncture it, don't eat it. Because when you do and you find out it's fake syrup, everybody's going to tell. As a matter of fact, somebody's probably going to buy two just to puncture it and prove it's not real. Hey, Denny's, you better watch out. If it's not real syrup, they're going to call you out on it. This is today. Hey, this is 2025. They calling, and about to be 2026. They call your ass out on everything. So Denny's, this better be some real syrup. I'm just saying. Let's go ahead and move on to the next one. Yo, we got a hot ass. Hey, this dude I got the munchies is lit right now. I ain't gonna lie. And this that shit's gonna eventually mold and leak everywhere, bro. I'm very curious how it's gonna hold up. Let's move on to the next one. Okay, this one. Wow. All right. So Oreo is officially entering the zero sugar space for the first damn time. Entering zero sugar for the first damn time. Got my regular flavor for the first damn time. Oreo is officially entering the zero sugar space for the first time with Oreo zero sugar cookies launching nationwide January 2026. Mandela says it spent 4 years perfecting the recipe to attain the classic Oreo flavor without losing the taste. Instead, the cookies use a few other ingredients for sweetness. All right. The cookies will be available in regular and double stuffed. Package is still resealable, and they have stand-up pouches, and each cookie is stamped with zero sugar on it. That's pretty smart. Early online bags of 20 cookies are priced at $5.29. So they do have early bags. All right. This is something that I will say should have been done a long time ago. For those who do not know, the zero sugar, gluten-free, carbs, all those type of things. Every healthy option is very popular right now as the economy is understanding health and understanding how unhealthy it is to eat the foods that we eat. And I'm one of those fat boys that eat a lot of unhealthy shit. I still see people. My daughter sent me a video of hot dogs under the microscope the other day. And all I thought was, everything looks disgusting under the microwave. Like I'm still eating a hot dog. I know they take all the worst of the worst and put it together. But man, it's delicious when it goes with some ketchup. I'm just saying. Zero sugar Oreos. What do y'all think? Are y'all going to be out there trying the zero sugar Oreos? Are you into zero sugar cookies? Do you find any taste good? Like I hear a lot of people complain about zero sugar taste. Will this nail it? All right, let's go ahead and move on to the next one. So this one is very weird. Very weird, I must say. Now, and Dr. Specimen, I don't really care either way. Yeah, you know what? I feel you on that. Either way, zero sugar without, if it's cool, I eat it. But this one right here, y'all, I don't know what the hell they were thinking, but we have to talk about it because every time we get weird foods or foods that are, we got to cover it. But I want to know what y'all think of this one. Would y'all like it? Pizza Hut now sells a coffee-infused pizza. They have launched the Copizza. Did I do that right? The Copizza. Pizza Hut has launched the Copizza, which is a coffee-infused pizza currently available only in Brunei. Kopi means coffee in Malay, and pizza blends Pizza Hut's traditional cheese base with brewed coffee aroma. Now, it began as a 2-week test run that has been extended due to demand, according to the company. So this was something they were expecting to try. Became so popular. I don't know, y'all. I was going to trash it. But pizza is a lot of weird shit that come on pizza that y'all be eating. So before everybody trash it, y'all need to think about what y'all saying. Because y'all be the same ones. I want pineapple. I want onion. I want anchovies. I want the green sauce. I want wasabi. I've seen all types of shit on pizza. So I don't want to hear y'all talk about the shit nasty. It might be good. I don't need all that crazy stuff. I just want sausage, pepperoni, ground beef, extra cheese, extra sauce, right? The same thing, right? You might give me some more. What do they do? Basil or something? Like, I just want the regular shit. All right, don't give me all that. I might take Italian sausage, right? Or some other, but don't give me all that. But nonetheless, the release continues Pizza Hut's long history of experimental menu items, including poutine pizza. Y'all know what I thought when I said that. But yes, they have sold before poutine pizza, hot dog stuffed crust, ramen-inspired pizzas, and dessert hybrids. There's no confirmation yet on whether the Copizza will expand beyond Brunei. Now, let's go ahead and get to the chat. I want to know what the chat think about this. So we got Dr. Specimen. Sounds horrible. I love coffee. So I'm very curious to see, I ain't going to rule it out. I ain't going to lie. The taste combination does not work for me mentally. It don't. So I'm with you on that. Maybe, though. I ain't going to rule it out yet. Petrix, why? I agree. I agree with that one. Why? I don't know. But, who would have, some people would say, oh, stuffed crust is obvious. Nah, it wasn't obvious because there was pizzas long as hell with no stuffed crust. So it wasn't obvious. It took some genius with some fat mind genes going on that said, man, what if I put the pizza in the crust and then cooked it with it? That is next level fat boyism. And I appreciate that from that guy. And you got to think everything that happened. Whoever thought of slicing a donut in half and putting it around a burger was genius. That wasn't, we had donuts forever. We had burgers forever. Who did that? Huh? So it got to take some fat boy to try a weird combination for us to understand. I can't be mad. So Petrix, I understand the why, but I understand why not. I'm disturbed. Okay, let's go. Oh my goodness. Dominicana 123, mommy said that shit sound gross. Okay. Said it sounds gross. No room for it. Honestly, I eat Hawaiian pizza. I have no room to talk. See that specimen? Hawaiian pizza, for those who do not know, Hawaiian pizza might as well be a fruit salad on a pizza. That's how I feel. That's how I feel. But that's just me. Love coffee, but not with pizza. Okay. That's one like me. Maybe I'm wrong on that. All right, maybe I'm wrong on that. It might not have been obvious, but it makes sense. Okay. All right, let's go ahead and move on to the next one. I'm with y'all. I want to try it, though. I'm very curious to try it. Let's go ahead and move on to the next one. All right. Here we go. Pringles starts leaning into the collectibles. Yes, Pringles, for those who do not know, have many flavors. If you have not checked the latest collection of Pringles, go to the grocery store. But Pringles is releasing a new wave of Once You Pop mystery boxes featuring a mystery flavor and one of 6 Pringamabob collectibles. Okay, that's what they call Pringamabob. All right, I think that can work. I don't know. That's a little weird name. But there's one of 6 Pringamabob collectibles. The most sought after item is the Snaxolotl, considered the rarest pool in the lineup. So everybody's been trying to get the Snaxolotl. The collectibles have already been entered into resale and trading circles, with past boxes appearing on platforms like StockX and Facebook Marketplace already. Damn. Each box includes 1 can of mystery flavored Pringles and 1 can containing a collectible figure. Okay. The lineup shares Crispy Barra, Pup Tato, Duckalips, Crunchback Whale, Pringipus, and the rare Snaxolotl. Okay. So if you want to go ahead, I don't know if you can still snag up one of these mystery boxes, okay, of Once You Pop Pringles. But if you can, you hope to get a Snaxolotl, because those are going for a lot right now, okay? I don't know about that, Pringles. You know, I mess with Pringles. I ain't gonna lie. Once you pop, the fun don't stop is the motto. That's kind of pause-worthy nowadays. But I'm not gonna lie, Pringles is the jam, bro. I can go through a whole can of Pringles like nothing. So shout out to Pringles. Dap me up. Harry Knuckles and all. All right. Pringipus, though, I don't know. I'm gonna get you right. I'm gonna give me, yo, man. I got me Pringipus, cuz. No, that's kind of crazy. Let's go ahead and move on to the next one. Now, woo! At first, I looked at this and I was like, here we. And as soon as I said all, I started reading the flavors and I turned back into a bougie bitch. Y'all, I'm not gonna lie. Before I get into this category, I gotta blame my wife. I used to not be like this. I used to just drink regular drip coffee with the powder creamer, y'all. I used to be the dude that, you know how you got the regular pot of coffee at work, they get the cheapest coffee possible and they just slap it in there and you just get some powder creamer and you dump it in there with the coffee. That was life. I used to drink that and be like, yo, this coffee is good. Hey, mess around and got with my wife and changed my life with coffee, man. So without further ado, Starbucks is expanding its at-home products with 2 new grocery lines, man. And they have been taken over with their grocery lines. For those who do not know, they have been coming, but they've been coming by storm. So watch out. But this one is Starbucks Refreshers Concentrates, right? Look at that, concentrates. You're going to have strawberry, what is it? How do you pronounce that? Acai. Okay, so you're going to have strawberry acai, mango dragon fruit, and lime watermelon. Those are going to be the flavors. Those are 32-ounce bottles priced around $14 each. Now they are concentrates, so they're mixed with either water, coconut milk, lemonade, tea, and just think, you can make your own refresher. A lot of people have been looking for a refresher that they don't have to do all the work on, right? People don't want to infuse their own water all the time and cut up their own fruits, put it in water and let it sit there in the fancy bottle and all that. Some people have been wanting to get the refresher taste, but you know, and so this might be up your alley if you're into refreshers. This is Starbucks Refreshers Concentrate with strawberry acai, mango dragon fruit, and lime watermelon. Okay. Next one. Okay. Starbucks Sweet Cream Enhancers. I'm not gonna lie, man. This is making me feel like a bougie bitch. Okay, I feel like a bougie bitch all over again. Starbucks Sweet Cream Enhancers come in the flavors of vanilla, white chocolate macadamia, and brown sugar. Okay, these are going to be priced around $5.99 each, and they're all made with real cream and sugar. Both of them are going to be rolling out nationwide through January. I don't know if they'll keep going, but people are expecting to see them continue through January and beyond. And I'm not going to lie, I am very much into the coffee game, and the fact that we got sweet cream, brown sugar flavor, white chocolate macadamia. I don't know. The white chocolate macadamia, and I'm not feeling. I don't know why. I mean, anything that's chocolate, it just feels like chocolate is overwhelming for me. So the white chocolate macadamia, I'm really not feeling. Vanilla, I could take. Brown sugar, babe. That look like it's going to be fire. That's just me. And I'll try the refreshers, right? I might get a nice little tea, coconut milk, something good to go with it. Mix it, get a nice little, whatever type of drink that is. But without further ado, that is, dude, I got the fucking munchies. So let's go ahead. Look at that. Yeah. Yo, let's go ahead and move on to the next one we are rocking through. And the last one is going to be a crazy one. But this one I had to bring up because this is something major, and I think a lot of people could help. Something I'm going to be investing, not only time, but I also want to invest money. So I want to be able to talk about this, discuss with everyone here, and see what everyone is feeling. Okay? Now, can everyone hear me okay? Sound too loud? I want to make sure we're okay. This is a question I have for everybody. I don't really even need the paper for this, but I do have a couple topics I'll touch on. So I might hit the paper every now and then to touch it. But what makes the best gaming? I don't even want to just say rig, because people think of a desktop when you say rig. What makes the best gaming? I don't want to say console, because people think of console, but that's why I use the term rig, right? Because rig is typically something you're putting together. Okay. But what do you think is the best gaming all-in-one rig / console that you could ever have? Period. The reason I ask this is because I've been looking for something right now that could cover everything. I want something that's not only going to allow me to play all my future retro games. I want to play more, I ain't going to say newer retro games, but I personally want to be able to play PlayStation 3 games and before. And that's a lot. But I would like a console or gaming rig to be able to play PlayStation 3 games and beyond. That's one thing. I would also like to be able to play any of my PC games. So I would like to be able to have Steam connect to it. Maybe there's games outside of Steam that I want to play. I can be able to play any of those games. I can be able to play all those games on a controller because I like to play on the controller. I'm not a keyboard and mouse person. So I want to be able to play any game on a controller. I want to be able to take this somewhere. I want to be able to take it where I go to, hey, it's Christmas Day. My family wants to play. I bring this over here, and it don't matter if my family wants to play Jackbox Party and they want to get everybody involved from 65-year-olds to 9-year-olds, or if we just want to get a sweat fest of dudes playing Street Fighter 6. I want to be able to do that. What is a perfect gaming rig? So that's what I want to discuss. And I believe there's certain categories for this. I want to be able to get opinions on this. I am going to put clips up to this to get feedback. But I think there's a few categories that are very important. Now, some of these I want to ask, how important are they for you? So I'm going to go ahead and get out all my categories. So when you're making your number one gaming rig, console, whatever you want to call it, yours personal, and you take certain things into consideration, do you feel like longevity, future proofing plays a part into it, right? Do you want something that can be able to handle future games? I think that's important. See me, I don't know if it needs to play future games. I might allow it to play every game now and before. I think that's an important category. So I do think that matters. So then it brings to our next, and there we go, longevity, future proofing. I like that. Okay. Longevity and future proofing. So if I have a console and new games come out, can I upgrade it so I can still be able to play those new games? That is amazing if you can do that. So to be able to have a video game console feel, but still be able to access PC games and upgrade, bingo. That's one thing. Two, my next, I don't know. I kind of want to skip this one because I already got my mind made up. You know what I'm saying? But the next one is, I think online or not is a big thing, right? And I don't mean online by being able to get onto some database and download all the images for your artwork. That is not what I mean by online. By online, I mean for your games to be able to get the latest updates when the updates come out. You might have patches, bug fixes, different things that you want to update. Do you want to have that, or does that not matter to you? You rather have full capability to do everything you want just by connecting, to another maybe online able computer, updating that way? Or do you want no online capabilities at all? Like, I think that's a major part of whether that console is online or off. That also leans into, do you own your games or not? Like, do you want to play physical games? Do you want to not? But I think at this point, you got to have digital. It's got to be digital because you're playing a lot of older games. Hardware to run all that is not feasible. I understand that. Next, compatibility. You know what I'm saying? Like, does it work with all them older shit? Like, I need to be able to play PlayStation 3, Xbox 360. Maybe I want to play Xbox One. Hey, I might want to go Xbox One. You never know. I might want to play PlayStation 2. I might want to play GameCube. I might want to play, DS. I might want to play original Nintendo. I might want to play TurboGrafx-16. I might want to play Atari 2600. I want to be able to have access to play any single game I want and be open to it. But do I also, would I have it online and locked down? Like it could update? No, I don't know. But crossplay, progression, I talked about repairability. Like there's so many other things. That's why I said there's so many different ones. One of the biggest ones, and this is one I want to touch on, is ease of use. Because I think the ease of use is the biggest one. I think right now, ease of use is the reason why there is no single-handed console that's taken over and winning. For those who do not know, I have been in this market, and when I say invest dollars, I mean it. And the reason I speak of investing dollars is because for those who do not know, I like to stay into the trending realm. And if you have been looking, the handheld gaming market, I want to say, has made like 200 plus billion this year alone. Handheld gaming has grown because you have the capabilities of taking these consoles, being able to play more games, and they have the ability to be able to dock and allow you to have a more console style playability. So it works across older ages and younger ages. It opens the gap. Steam Deck is the one that kind of brought a lot of that to the forefront. So I thought about investing in Quartercade. As you people seen that. There's many PCs that I've looked into, but it needs to be very simple to use. I need to be able to use Xbox controllers, PlayStation controllers, Nintendo Switch Joy-Cons. I need to be able to connect everything. I need to be able to play all these games. If we can have one system to do all of that, you literally lock down the gaming market, because all the new gaming cons, all the new best and biggest, brightest things are going to go on and beyond. They're going to go so far and beyond. It's going to be crazy. But these right here, you can lock down an entire. That's why retro gaming is so big right now. Right? That's why you got so many Steam Deck and all. You're looking for people to be able to have a great gaming experience without spending the mega bucks continuously. Here we go. Now, okay, so we got Dr. Specimen. I like that. So this is his list of importance when it comes to ultimate gaming rig. Longevity, future-proofing, full online feature set. So by online feature set, I take it he means it can download achievements, right? For games, for old school games. It can download artwork, videos, maybe instruction manuals, things like that. Physical access to your games or their files. So you can actually, I like that. So when you download the game to your console, you actually own that game. And it's funny you mentioned that. That's a big point that Quartercade speaks of. They speak, a lot of their games are DRM free. So you can be able to take those games, move them from your Quartercade to your PC, and be able to play them from your PC. You own them. I thought that was a great selling point for Quartercade. Okay, I agree with you. That's a good one. Multi-generational compatibility. Same thing. Playing all those generations, right? I agree. Ease of use and repair. That's a good one. That was a good one. Okay, that was me summarizing. Yeah, it was a good list. I was about to say that was very good. I could say controllers and all that, but that's part of ease of use. You got to be able to play everything and all that shit. So, to me, I would like to ask, if you had a choice to spend your hard-earned dollars on any, for me, I need to invest in a gaming rig or / console. And these are the things I really need and what I'm really looking for. Right now, when I travel, I want to be able to take something that can fulfill multiple needs. I need something to fulfill a family need, which means it needs to be able to watch YouTube, Plex, or, anything that I'm watching video for. Or we might have family watching movies, Netflix. It needs to do all that. Okay. It also needs to be able to play video games, because sometimes I might want to play video games. It needs to be able to play multiplayer because I might want to play with somebody. I'm not sure. Okay. It needs to be able to be easy to set up. I don't want to have to cut it on, and then next thing you know, I cut it on and I got to say, everybody wait 5 minutes for the game to load. Everybody wait 8 minutes for the game to load. It can't be that. Okay. It got to be very simple. And it can't be the size of no desktop. Right? I can take my desktop anywhere. That's huge. I'm not walking through the hotel lobby like, no lie. I've done that. Walking through with a major rig like this and did a live stream. I think one of my live streams that you guys have probably seen when I was at a hotel, yes, I had the actual rig. You know what I'm saying? Like walking through the lobby with it. So what would y'all get for that? Because to me right now, the Quartercade seems to be able to do a lot of that, and that's what they're promising. They have a Kickstarter campaign, and I've actually spoke to the developer of the Quartercade, and I've been speaking with them very close. I would like to be able to put behind that product. I got to see more. I'm not going to lie. As my little, I keep it real with them too. It's a little bit that make me like, what I'm saying? That make me, I don't want to have to do a lot of tinkering. One thing that turns people off, and I'm gonna let everybody know, I'm a bona fide console gamer first, PC gamer second. Console first, PC second for me. And what that means is that when I cut on a console, if I have to do a lot of tinkering to play it, it deters me from playing that game. So I'll give an example. If I have to cut on anything, it can be freaking Call of Duty, it can be Fortnite. But if I have to go into the options for each game and change visual options, and I have to do that for every single game, that's going to be a problem. So games have to be optimized for the console. So it's very difficult. I know this is not an easy task, but that's where emulators come into play. That's where RetroArch and other things that made this very easy to do, and for you to be able to play all this. I also want my main arcade games too, y'all. I'm an old school player. I want to be able to play the actual old versions of games in the arcade. I don't want to play that old SNES shit, because right now I go back and play SNES Genesis versions of those games. I'm mad. I want arcade. There we go. So y'all know what time it is, y'all. The hottest one ever. Now, this is the number one segment that gets the most, and no lie. When I talked about last year Christmas, last year Thanksgiving, every time for years ago, it's always the number one, the one and only. Y'all know what time it is, man. This one right here is always the one that had people fighting.
You get a vibe. Oh, God, I can hear myself.
Oh, yo, what? Yo, and he good because I'm getting ready to bring in anyway. Dr. Specimen, man, you can go ahead and join in because I do choose your face. You know how we do. You do the choose your face. Yo, what's going on with you, Dr. Specimen? How you feeling, man?
No, I can hear myself.
I can hear myself, so we got a duplication going. Hold on. That's probably the echo. Hold up. I think I got it. So hold on 1 second. All right, go ahead and talk now.
Still hear it?
You still hear it? All right, bear with me. We got a duplication going somewhere. I'm going to find it here. We got it. Let's do this one. I'm going to turn this. I think I know exactly what it is. Here we go. Now I'm going to ask, do we hear duplication?
That's better. Perfect. Thank you.
Yep. I already figured out. All right, cool. Dr. Specimen, how you feeling, man?
Not bad. It's been a hot minute. I'm getting sick and tired of having to take like 3-month breaks of joining the stream to do uni shit. But I did my first final today, so got that shit out of the way.
Damn. Well, how do you feel like the final went?
Not amazing, but like not bad. It's a class though where I literally could have not taken the final and I still would have passed. So it's just about keeping a high grade. So not that big of a deal.
Nice. All right, that's what we want to hear. Now everybody know this is Choose Your Fate.
Can you do it, sucker?
Yeah, sucker. You already know what time it is. Everybody should know. Pick one or the other. This one right here, I have no idea what I'm about to get into, so we'll see it together. Typically, Dr. Specimen is me and you here. I know Blizzard Fox had to dip out. I know it's, everybody got things going on. But what we'll do is we'll go back and forth. I'll take the first one, go first, and then you'll go say, we'll go back and forth. But this is always, when we play back the clips, people love it. So, without further ado, what's
Magnus
up?
is also going to join. He hit a deer, so he will not be here tonight.
Damn, Magnus, man. I hope that you are not hurt. First of all, let's start there because the deer could not only, it's going to wear your damn car out. I ain't worried about the vehicle because your life is more important. All right. But first, are you okay? If you're all right, now is your car okay?
He is all right. I think did I ask him? I'm pretty sure I did. Yeah, I said, you okay, boss? And he just said, yeah. And then showed him holding up the deer.
All right, go ahead, snap the neck. If it ain't dead, kill it. That's all. I'm sorry. I don't mean to do that. I know some people are like, oh, it's so sad. Now, let's take this off. We still got, I forgot. We got the Starbucks thing rolling. So, let me turn it off. Oh, snap. Okay, hold up. I wasn't ready for this. I wasn't ready.
I'm not looking. That Starbucks should give me PTSD, by the way, because I think at the time I've last been on here, I quit my retail job and I work IT now. So,
damn.
Yeah, you gave me a bit of PTSD with that, but it's okay. I also the lime watermelon refresher, so that looked really good.
Yeah, you know what? I'm very curious of the refreshers. I ain't gonna lie, that was very interesting. Like, as soon as I seen it, I'm like, damn, you can mix it with other stuff too. And now, okay, I'm trying to drink more water too. Right?
So kind of sounds like that Mio shit. Like, that Mio shit you can buy with like the squeezers. It kind of just sounds like that though.
That's what. And see, I'm hoping it does not taste like that. So I will taste the concentrate first. And okay, if it tastes pretty good, then the Mio shit was horrible. I definitely.
Well, do you want to hear a secret about Starbucks?
What's that?
We use concentrate too when we make the refreshers. Like, we just have a bottle of concentrate we poured into a pitcher, and then we fill it with water. So
okay,
it might literally just be they may add like more sugar or something to make it more addictive to buy or something. I don't know, but it might just be the exact same stuff.
Okay, cool. Now see, nice to know that. DJC Money, the link in there, man. We put it in there.
Yeah, how do you think I got in here? I scrolled up and
I keep telling him. I tell you, like, yo, Nick, where the link? I'm like, the link there, dog. The link there, man. I promise you, it's there, man. All right, I promise you. Everybody see it, man. DJ C Money, it's there. Now, I'm going to go ahead without further ado. I'm going to say this one, and then I'll go ahead and give my answer. Go to you. Which would you choose? To never play open world games again, or never play multiplayer games ever again? Very easy. I would absolutely choose never play open world games again. The fact that multiplayer games, if I didn't have those, I don't even know if I'd be as strong as a gamer as I am. I love single player games. I do, and I play them all the time. But I can still get a lot of fulfillment in everywhere else without the open world games. And I count Mario 64 as open world. So I even lose that. And that hurts me deeply. But to think that I couldn't play Street Fighter with my brothers, right? To think that I couldn't have all-nighters in GoldenEye, right? Like those memories I would never take back. And no open world game, even though I got a lot of memories with open world games, they will never trump multiplayer games. So open world games, this is very easy. That can go. It's not even difficult for me. I mean, they got to go. Never play open world games again. Final answer.
I want your opinion real quick. Would you count sandbox games like Minecraft?
Ooh.
Like, are we talking only like predetermined like universes, like Skyrim or Fallout, or are we talking like any game?
I gotta count, and you know what? If I said I count Mario 64 as open world, I did, right?
But I think that's fair, though. I agree with that.
Okay, so Mario 64 is open world, even though I feel like that kind of put Minecraft in open world. I mean, even though...
What about... I don't know if you know anything about it. What about Garry's Mod?
You know what?
I don't think that really counts, because there are maps that are...
I don't think Garry's Mod counts. No.
Okay.
I agree with you.
And that makes it easy. Okay, I'd be damned if I did, damned if I didn't, if that was the case. But open world games, I'm with you on that, because some of my best moments growing up were playing multiplayer games. There's a reason I like coming on here. I'm a social butterfly. I like talking to people. I like meeting new people. And, there are, to kind of what the bad players said, like, yeah, there are some multiplayer games that are just lame. But I'm thinking, like, Mario, because we're not talking online multiplayer. I'm assuming that means local multiplayer, too.
Exactly.
So you're not playing Super Mario Brothers
exactly.
multiplayer, Nintendo Land. Now I bought my Wii U and I have to throw out the packing game immediately because it's a multiplayer game. It's like, well, okay, I guess I could play it single player technically, but I mean, come on, who wants to play a game like that single player? Like Mario Party, Jackbox, you can play Jackbox anymore.
Exactly.
I can't do that to myself. I would go insane.
Man, we agree. Okay, I think that's across the board. We agree. Now, bad player did say never multiplayer slop. Now, DJC Money, the link there. I promise you, man. I promise you. I'm not gonna lie to you, man.
I will say though, I do kind of agree that there is something to be said about an open world game. You download it once, you've got everything there. You can play it from A to Z, and collect W, X, and Y as you're going along. You don't have to worry about microtransactions or season passes or anything like that. But when I think of a multiplayer game, I'm thinking of games you don't have to worry about the local multiplayer game. Your $10 indie multiplayer games on Steam. What people call friend slop, Phasmophobia. Oh God, what's that one? What's the
friend
one?
slop.
Repo?
That's a good one. Friend slop.
People
call Jackbox friend slop.
Well, I get it. Like the whole thing about that game is that you write cum and you get all the votes, but it's like, I don't know. All right, so now I don't care.
I'm gonna go ahead and say this one. Then Dr. Specimen, I'll have you answer it first. But which would you choose? Lock all games at the hardest difficulty, or lock all games on the easiest difficulty? Dr. Specimen, you first.
I'm gonna totally out myself here. I got anger problems, man. We gotta do easiest. I can't. There's some games I can't even beat on medium difficulty, man. I can't put myself through that. I wouldn't play games ever again. I mean, look, plenty of games have enough story that even if it's boring, like if I can get the story to like care about the story, it makes it worth it. If I can't even read through the damn story because I can't beat a boss, like what's the point?
Yo, you preach it too, man. All right, and then bad player, easy mode every time.
Like,
Life is hard enough.
That's so valid.
He like life stays on hard mode. Why would you put your game on that too? I'm with him on that, but I gotta say, for me, I'm choosing lock all games at hardest difficulty. The only reason I think that is for me, when I was growing up, I got used to games being very hard. I didn't beat a lot of games growing up. Like I played tons of games and never seen the ending. And also there were games that never had endings. They went on, right? Like it would just say like, congratulations, you are the world champion. And then the next thing you know, you're fighting all over again. Right. And I come from that era, so I didn't really know an ending. So to me, it was like you always had to be the best at it because all you had to do was show a high score to show who's the best. So you had to play the highest difficulty to get the highest score, to get the highest points. So for me, it's like you might as well lock the games at the highest difficulty. You get the most playability out of it. You now can get the, highest score. So for me, as much as I'm a person now that plays on easy mode before I play on hard, so I'm, it's very ironic I picked this one, but that's just what I raised on. So I got to say my choice, lock all games, hardest difficulty. That was a tough one for me, man. I'm not even going to lie. That was too tough. Let's go ahead and see what the next one is. All right. Hey, producer, you doing? Hey, good job. These are some actual ones where we have to decide. We got to choose. We got to you know what I'm saying? Oh, I turned off the sounds. I pressed the button. The sounds ain't even on. Hold on. Let's see if the sounds work now. There we go. I was going to say, what's going on with the sounds here? So, I guess I take this one first. Which would you choose? Never skip cutscenes ever, or never fast travel ever? This is like, oh my goodness. I know some people might say this is difficult. This is so far, to me, probably the easiest choice that we've had so far today. That's how easy this is for me. It is, I would choose never skip cutscenes. Do you know how boring it is to not be able to fast travel? Yo, you can't see. The thing is with a cutscene, I can get up and go start fixing my plate of food. I can use the bathroom. Hey, maybe I'm thirsty. Help the kids with the homework. Maybe I got a panel to panel. I can watch the game. I don't have to listen to the cutscene. I could be doing whatever. I can have headphones on, walk away, and be making a coffee while I'm listening to the cutscene. Like, I can do, of course, play the cutscene. I don't give a damn. Okay, I'm come from an era where you couldn't skip it anyway. All right? Not being able to fast travel means you have to actively be holding the control in a direction. You can't step away. Have you ever, and I don't know, some people might be victim of this. I know I have, holding up, like just getting yourself straight in a game and then holding up, but like doing something else, or just like looking down or doing something else, but holding up, and then realize like, oh, damn, I'm running into a wall. Let me move to the side and hold up again. Like, if no fast travel, I'm sorry. Can't do it. My answer, never skip cutscenes. Dr. Specimen, on you.
I kind of agree with you, but I would also add to that by saying I just like watching cutscenes. Like, I'll usually skip them if I've already played the game, or if it's like a game I don't care about the story to. Silksong, for example. I never really played Hollow Knight. I appreciate Silksong for what it is, and was very hopeful for it at the Game Awards.
I know.
And I love kind of the excitement the fans had for it. It's just not my favorite game. It's the start of it's kind of been really slow for me, so I haven't really cared to play it that much. But I just kind of skipped the beginning text because I'm like, I never played Hollow Knight. It's not going to make any sense to me. But
yeah,
oh no, if I had to watch it, I really wouldn't care that much. Versus like Zelda specifically, I remember playing Breath of the Wild. After I probably got about 50% of the way through that game,
Yeah.
I think except for the DLC, I was fast traveling everywhere because I didn't want to walk across that map 20 times in a row. That'd have been horrible. Now, I will say, Nick, I want to be kind of an asshole to you.
Let's do it.
It says never skip cutscenes. I don't know. I feel like walking away is kind of skipping the cutscene. I'm thinking if you're gonna pick that.
Oh, you know what, Dr. Specimen? Bravo, man. You got me. You got me, man. You got me. I can't even deny what you said. That is technically skipping the cutscene. Now, I did kind of backpedal when I said have my headphones on while I'm making the coffee. So if I'm listening to the cutscene, technically I'm not skipping it. Right. And then, I didn't. You're right. The question is very, you're right. Because that's a kind of, it's a little fine line right there. Because you're right. It's walking away from a cutscene, skipping it. Because you technically, but if the cutscene has to play, is it technically skipping it?
Because I guarantee you, the way I would put it is, if you were legitimately put under a curse where you couldn't press A to skip a cutscene, you could very easily rearrange your life to where you're like, I gotta do laundry, but I also want to play that game. You could just get the game started up real quick, get the cutscene started, and go start your laundry instead of playing the game for a bit, then doing your laundry, then coming back. You could easily rearrange your life to make that work out and have minimal impact. You can't do that with never fast travel. You are locked into that.
And you locked it.
The curse forces you to sit there and actually watch it.
Yeah, you got, and I would say fast travel might not be a big thing to people who are like, I love to just see the scenery. It's beautiful the first 10 times, but once you start getting to 100, it becomes frustrating. That's what I'll say. For me, becomes frustrating. But okay, so that's a fair one. So you technically would pick never skip cutscenes, but my answer, I gotta agree, that might technically be skipping. I'm gonna ask that. I'm gonna clip this up. We're gonna ask, is that, if you walk away from the cutscene, is that technically skipping the cutscene?
I honestly, though, even if it was that worst case scenario, I'd still pick never skip cutscenes. It's really not that big of a deal to me.
Yeah, that fast travel is brutal, man. Especially when you got huge worlds, bro. Like Elden Ring. You know what I'm saying? No, hey, never ever fast travel, and the world is huge. You like, come on, man. You know what I'm saying?
Think about Grand Theft Auto, GTA
5. Great one.
Imagine when you get to GTA 6.
Oh, imagine driving from all the way to one end of the map, all the way to the other. Oh, it don't even matter if you're flying. It takes a long time. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, man, you killed it with that.
Imagine every time you get killed, right? You come out of that hospital, you got to watch the whole ambulance ride. You got to wait for the ambulance to pull up.
Oh, that would be terrible. No fast, you just got to watch it. Then you come in. Oh, yeah, I agree with you. That killed it right there. So let's see. Oh, okay. Now I'll say the question. Dr. Specimen, this one is on you first. Which would you rather choose? Only play games released before today, or only play games released after today? Dr. Specimen, on you.
Before today. That's an easy pick for me because I basically already do that. I think the newest game I own is Silk Song. But before that, I don't even know what the newest game I own. Like, here, let me pull up my Steam library real quick. Like, what if it is the newest game? Probably Cyberpunk. And even then, I only bought that years after it got all of its patches to make it playable. I don't play like retro games that often, but I do play 2000 to 2010s era indie games. PopCap games always been some of my favorite.
Ooh,
Super
PopCap.
Meat Boy, Gary's Mod, still loving that. Postal 2, although I have a lot of fucking gripes of running with scissors now, but that's a long story. Plague Inc., Payday 2. I mean, these are all games that are about 10 years old. I've got Jackbox and stuff like that. I have some remasters. Like Halo, even like Master Chief Collection. Like, yeah, Master Chief Collection itself is pretty new, but it's all games that came out in the last When did Halo 4 come out? Like 10 years ago?
Oh, so long ago. It's definitely been 10 years.
Well over 10 years.
I was about to say,
Halo 4
yes, definitely. Yeah.
Fallout 4. When was Fallout 4? 2015?
Oh, I want to say even older, right?
Oh, what was Fallout 4? Was it 2015 or it might have been 2014?
I was about to say it might have been 2014.
No, 2015. November 9th.
Okay.
Released
Damn.
on Steam.
Okay. But
So,
okay.
the only thing that would hurt. I've talked about Deltarune before. That game's technically not finished yet. So if I locked myself into that, I could not ever finish that game. That would fucking hurt. But
you can't play it.
I'm still confident in my pick. There's plenty of gems that I'm okay replaying.
Yeah. This one, I'm so torn. This is probably the toughest one. As you said, it's very easy for you. It's very tough for me. As much as I know the games before, right? I always seem to get blown away. And I feel like if I take my chance on the future, I'll get blown away again. Because I never thought I was going to get better than Mario 64. I never thought I was going to get better than Halo. I never thought I was going to get better than, Battle Royale Fortnite. I never thought I was going to get better than, Yakuza or these different, I didn't think I was going to be better. And then you start getting Elden Rings, Claire, Obscure. You start getting these games that they pull you in. So for me, this is a tough one, but I'm going to only play games released after today. I'm going to take my chance on the future. Mortal Kombat Legacy Edition, which I just purchased not that long ago, I'm no longer going to be able to play, which is sad because all those Mortal Kombat games I lose all of them. You know what I'm saying? I'm a fighting game guy. I loved it, man. So it sucks. I do have GTA 6. I have other fighting games coming out. I have the latest Tekken, right? When the new Tekken comes out, I have that, but I'm losing everything that I've known and loved my entire life. It is the most scariest choice that I have ever picked. But I'm going to bet on the future of gaming that it continues to make more money and it will continue to do so. So I'm going to bet and play only games released after today. Oh, that hurt the pick.
You're going to get blown away by them damn prices.
Oh, and you're right, too. Because now I got to, oh, damn, it's too late, man. I already picked. You know what? It's cool. I'm going to have to rely on Game Pass.
Fair enough.
And then I can't play the older games. So it got to be only new games. Hey, my Game Pass library going to show one. The next thing is going to be like 2 games.
Damn, Petrix called out. I don't think I heard your opinion on Black Ops 7 yet.
Oh, if the games in the future are going to go down like Call of Duty Black Ops 7, I'll have another reason still. Oh, my God. Petrix got me on that one, too. Hey, notice I said everything now and before. So Black Ops 7 get erased for me. I get to act like that shit never happened.
Why do you play Black Ops 7 so much? Is it just because it doesn't seem like a COD game, or is it actually legitimately bad?
I'm gonna keep it real for you, man. I'm a person that love it year after year, and I'm not a fanboy of the Warzone style. Okay, so I'm your most typical Call of Duty guy. Just give me the basic multiplayer, team deathmatch, free for all. Give me the campaign. I don't even need zombies, right? But I'll take zombies as a plus.
Gun game?
But gun game, hell yeah, love it. You know what I'm saying? Good old gun game.
Period.
Hey, love it. We can get down and all that. That's the tradition I'm from. This is what happened. I can tell you when I cut it on to play it. First of all, they make all Call of Duties bundled into one Call of Duty, which makes you don't feel anything special from selecting Call of Duty. I think that's the worst thing they did. So now when I go to play Call of Duty Modern Warfare 3 or I go to play Call of Duty Black Ops 6 I'm clicking the same Call of Duty. So it don't feel special, right? I don't feel like I got to go through the game and pick the version, even though they've been doing that. That's their Call of Duty system. But let's talk about the game.
Just Dance did that same shit where there's just a Just Dance app and you just buy a new year of song packs like it's a deal.
They did. And that it is terrible. You see people stray away from it as it was a detour for me, but I still was with it, still playing. This came out. I've never seen a Call of Duty ever in my life, mark my words, where you went to campaign and hit play. There is not a single player button. Ever. Now, I've seen them nix it. Just nix it. Just take it out. Take it out. I'm cool with that. but to have a campaign. Then I figured out after 15 minutes of digging, oh, I can play single player. I have to turn off fucking squad fill. So after you turn off squad fill and all these options, then start the match. Dead Specimen, this is the most soulless piece of shit I have ever played. It felt like I didn't feel anything. When it's like sneaking in, I didn't really feel like I was sneaking in. When something blows up, I really wasn't feeling like, oh my God, it blew up. Like it was nothing. It felt so soulless that I could not believe this was a Call of Duty game.
Well, because I watched it. I watched like the campaign played on YouTube, and I was like, this just feels like a weird I don't even know how to describe it. It just felt creepy, but not creepy in like a horror game way. Just creepy as in like, what psychopath came up with this? Like, oh yeah, we're gonna fucking gas everybody and make them go into a fucking fever dream, and they gotta fight their way out of the fever dream. Like, look, I get that that's not a Call of Duty thing, but like, I'm sure that there's a game that can pull that style off. I just don't understand why they made it a Call of Duty game. But like, okay, fine, people are like really attached to the brand name. I don't really care about that. What I care about is like, yeah, it kind of looks creepy, but like, does it at least play good? I haven't really heard people talk about that.
No, and as far as gameplay, I was playing, I didn't feel anything different besides movement, futuristic, which is something we had before. I would say movement feels Call of Duty-ish. It fell flat. I mean, for me, that would be different, right? Like one thing I noticed that was big for me on Battlefield is when somebody got downed and your guy could drag you away, right? Like I noticed that immediately. That was something that was implemented. And usually with Call of Duty campaigns, they usually hit it, man. But this one felt like they just knew we weren't going to be Battlefield, and they just released some shit.
I mean, I feel like Call of Duty hasn't had its soul since like World War II.
It's been a while.
Like since Black Ops 4, you know, they did like the Black Ops 4. Like, didn't Black Ops 4 have like its own battle royale? And then
I want to say it was Black Ops. Oh shit, I'm forgetting. There's so many of them.
I think it was Black Ops 4. They did like
I think it was. I'm not sure, but I think it was
in place of the campaign. And then Modern Warfare, the 2019 one, was when they introduced Warzone. And ever since then, Call of Duty, it's like been Warzone first, and all the Call of Duty games are just like, how do we transform our generic battle royale into what used to be Call of Duty?
I know.
Whereas everything before World War II was like, yeah, say what you want about Infinite Warfare or Black Ops 3 Advanced Warfare, at least they had the soul of Call of Duty.
They had soul to it, at least. I agree with you on that. That shit at least had soul of Call of Duty. I'll give you that. I still felt like the campaign was blockbuster trying to make a movie, you know what I'm saying? Like, I still got all that. This one fell flat. So, nonetheless, my man Bad Player said it got to be the future games. Y'all know y'all not playing y'all backlogs for real. I'm going to keep it honest. Bad Player, I disagree. Yeah, I'm with you, dog. I disagree, Bad Player. I went and bought Mortal Kombat Legacy. Bad Player, and I'm going to tell you why. Because I was playing all the Mortal Kombat arcade versions through MAME and RetroArch. So I gotta play it through PC. I gotta play it through, a USB controller. I couldn't play it through console, so I repurchased it. So I'm still that dude. I went back and bought it just so I can play those arcade versions. So backlog is real, so much so that I bought a game again to replay it, because I would have played it on my backlog if they ever had it. They never had it, right? So, and I hope Mortal Kombat do that with all the other Mortal Kombats too. Like, release, I think every game should do that. I think Street Fighter should release all their arcade versions. I think Tekken should release all their arcade versions. And when you start releasing all these arcade versions, you give all us old guys more reasons to spend money. So you're dumb if you don't do it. But that's me. Yeah, Bad Player, but we feel you. I see what you're saying. If you got huge back, and now I'm not gonna lie to you, Bad Player. There's a lot of games that are going to get no burn. I will agree with you. I have tons of games in my backlog that I'm like, I'm gonna play eventually. But you know when that happens? When I can't get games ever again. Just be honest. Because the day when the internet cuts off and I'm just away from the world and I have electricity and I can play my games, guess what? I now have a game I can play. You know what? Let me play this game. That's how it is. So let's go ahead and move on to the next one. All right. Here we go. Now, this is one. I think it's back on me. Right? Is it on me?
Yep. It's on you.
I think it's on me. It sounds like you got a super. Is that me with the supercomputer? Who got the supercomputer?
That might be me. Hold up. I will shut the fuck up.
That boy got a Lamborghini. The junker said, no. So here we go. Which one would you choose? Oh, this is a good one. This is good. Y'all had all good ones today. Director, you killed it. One perfect game every 15 years, or 6 out of 10 rated AI generated slop forever. Woo! Y'all, I know what everybody's going to say, and I want to think about this before I say the obvious, because of course I want to say one perfect game. I can play that game inside out. But one thing about me is I love change, so much so I'm in the IT industry. It's all about change. Everybody should know that. Generated slop, man. I call it slop. Damn. Y'all, if I had to choose one forever, I'm not going to lie. I'm just going to choose one perfect game every 15 years. And this is a tough choice. I know everybody might say it's obvious. Get the perfect game. You can get a GoldenEye, a Mario 64, this title. But you know what? What if the one game, them perfect 15 years, is Final Fantasy VII? And I'm done. I beat it. Right? What if the one game for the next 15 years is the latest Madden? How you feel? 15 years. You gonna play Madden for 15 years? You know what? Nah, I changed my mind, y'all. Give me the generated slop, man. I'll take the 6 out of 10 because I hate the one game would be rugby 2025. And I'm like, damn, I got a perfect rugby. You know what I'm saying? For the next 15 years. Yeah, it's a great rugby game and it's perfect. I love it. But I'm not big on rugby like that. I would like the 6 out of 10 generated slop. So I'm going with that. I might have changed the whole question and took it out of context. Yeah. But 6 out of 10, I'm going with it.
I'm gonna take an entirely different view on that question because I think and I'd maybe push you to think of it this way too because this is how I initially muting myself on accident. How I kind of still think of it is I think it's more so one perfect game out of the series that you play. And I think I like variety. I like a certain type of game more than others, like Metroidvania is my type of game. But if I knew that every time... Well, I'll give you a good example. World of Goo, really silly bridge building game, came out on WiiWare. And I think it came out in 2009. Finally got a sequel in 2023. So that's what we're talking 14 years. Yeah. Might have been 15 or 16 because I don't know if I'm right with the 2009 year. And you know what? It was great. A lot of people said it just kind of felt like a DLC pack to the first game. You know what? I don't care. I didn't want them to change a whole bunch about it, and they still changed a little bit about it, and I like what they changed. They made an entire chapter of the game was basically these kind of like mini games with their own stories, and I thought it was a lot of fun. Some people thought it was boring. I thought it was a lot of fun. I'm glad they had that time to really, not just push out a second game because the first one did well for the sake of pushing it out. They gave it some time, made some other stuff, decided to come back to it, had some fresh ideas. I thought executed it very well. As long as I can go to any other game series, right, and get that game's most recent entry, whether it's from this year or 10 years ago, and I still got 5 more years for the next one, I can live with that. If it takes them 15 years to make a game, surely it's going to last a while, and I'm not going to be done with it in literally a week. So I just think it's fine. It's worth the wait. If it is kind of how you're interpreting it, where literally only one video game comes out every 15 years.
I know that I went a little far with that. Okay, when you say one perfect game, it really got to be like your perfect game, right? Because If you say
I
one
love
game,
to
they
stop
ain't gonna-
playing video games.
yeah, exactly. Right.
But
I'm gonna say your video game, whatever your video game would be, it would be the one perfect game for you.
But I don't know. I've been playing Gary's Mod for what?
Oh, that's been out forever,
10 plus years? It's certainly 10 years. I mean, really, I think all you have to do to make a game infinitely replayable is just open up the Steam Workshop. Just have Steam Workshop open. There you go. Your game's infinitely replayable.
Yeah, I'm with you. So this is a tough one, man. Now, 15 years. Is this a reference to GTA to GTA 6? Yo, he ain't lying, man. GTA 5 went through how many console generations? 4? I want to say it went through 4. It went through Xbox 360. It went through Xbox One. It went through, what am I missing? Xbox Series.
And it's going to come out on Series, so 3.
Yeah, yo, no lie. Yeah, it did. It went through, and that's ridiculous to go through that many console generations.
It started on 360, or like the 360, right as that was ending its life cycle, ran through the entire 8th generation.
Yeah.
And then somehow got through like half the 9th generation. Shit, no, not even half. Most of it.
Yeah, I was going to say most of it.
That's been since 2020.
You remember how long that online environment was thriving? Like, the role-playing side of it was holding it down for like the long. Like, I ain't gonna lie, it's been around a long time, bro. Actually, people just seem to invest in it.
That's actually not fair. Because I just remember GTA 5 came out in 2013, right? That was
that's true.
So unless you want to be pedantic and say, oh well, the Wii U came out in 2012, yeah, it's the Wii U. PS3 and Xbox One came out in 2013, so it had months at most to exist on the 360.
360. All right, okay.
So I'll be fair to it. I'll be nice to it.
If you want to cut the 360 out,
we'll just say it came out right as the 8th generation started, lasted through the entire 8th generation, and then what? Because the 8th generation was from 2013 to 2020, so that's 7 years. Yeah. Holy shit! If that's coming out late 2026, right? It's only going to come out a year before the 10th generation should theoretically be starting, which will probably only include Sony. God damn it!
This is I'm not gonna lie. GTA 5 is that. Well, we know it's the longest holding like GTA franchise, but to have a game that started, because when I played GTA 5, if I would have had to place a bet, it's nothing you could have bet me that I would have said this game would still be around and be like very big in 2025. Nothing. Way back then, I played it on Xbox 360. I was one that loved it on Xbox 360 and didn't notice no different. Like I love the experience I had on the 360 with that game. And it loaded fine. I will say the beginning to load into the game took a minute. But once you got into the game, man, switching characters and everything was flawless. That's, I ain't gonna lie, one of the best story modes ever, too. You know what I'm saying? Just to say, Franklin, okay, man, way to represent. So, let's see, is there any more? No, there we go. So, that is it on Choose Your Fate. Now,
can you dig it? Sucker.
One thing I want to ask you, because we're going to be rolling now, is best gaming rig of all time. I'm really looking to invest in this. One of the things I was looking at is Tartgeted. There is some things I could ask. I want to actually interview the developer and ask him some of the questions. But for you, if you had a system that you wanted to be most impressive to everybody in a crowd, an audience of 1,000, what do you think are some of the things that this system would need to have to impress people?
Steam machine. Kidding. That's a good question, though, because so before you had fully fleshed out your question, when you were looking at it earlier, my initial response is actually going to be the Wii U. And my reasoning for that, until you kind of explained it more and you wanted more than what I had to offer, was the Wii U is, as far as I'm aware, the only console ever created with 3 generations of hardware backwards compatibility, and we're not including Virtual Console. Because when you think about it, now you have to mod it technically, but if you really think about it, official, obviously it plays Wii U games.
Yeah, dude.
plays Wii games officially. You kick it into Wii mode, use Nintendo by Fix94. You can play GameCube games.
GameCube.
And yeah, you got to get the adapter for the controllers, but that's the only hardware that you need. That's the only thing you got to, other than an SD card. That's the only thing you got to invest in for that. If you already have your games and you're trying to play it legal, you rip your own game, throw however you need to, throw that ISO on your SD card, throw it into your Wii U, do whatever you need to do to hack it, throw your adapter in, and you're playing native GameCube games. Native GameCube games. Not emulated. Completely native. It's the same damn processor just souped up. And then anything for GameCube, you can emulate it just fine. As far as I'm aware, the Wii U can handle any N64 game emulated. And once you get before that, it's easy peasy. I think PlayStation 1, I think it can do PlayStation 1 games. So PlayStation 1, original Xbox, I don't know if it can quite do original Xbox, but because that's PS2 era. So it does a lot.
I've seen people playing Mario Arcade GP, the arcade version of Mario GP on a Wii U.
Well, and that's what sucks about the Wii U not selling so well, is it, in terms of Nintendo consoles, it is the only thing it can't play are Switch and Switch 2 games. And obviously. So other than that, I mean, it can play its direct predecessor, which I don't even think the Switch can do. I don't think the Switch can play Wii U games, through emulation, because I think it's just not powerful enough. The Switch 2 might be able to, but obviously it's got to get modded first, and God knows when that's going to happen.
I don't think the Switch is powerful enough. Yeah, I agree with you on that. And the Wii U, you're right. If you wanted to say, hey, I can play every Nintendo game from this system and before, you could. Technically could. It's not one Nintendo system you can't play on there.
Now, the problem, though, of course, is I'm a Nintendo fanboy. You said PS3 specifically, and it can't really do that. So my next thought would be maybe a Series X, and you pay for the developer mode, because then you can get RetroArch on there. And I don't know how far the cores go, but I think there's a PS3 core for that now. So you could play PS3 games on RetroArch, or you could just get, I think, RPCS3. I hate that fucking name.
I know.
I think it has a UWP version you can install on Xboxes. I'm not totally sure, but someone could just make it, or you can make it yourself or whatever, and you got PS3 games on there. RetroArch, I know, has the PS2 core, so you got PS3 and earlier. Every Nintendo thing, I don't know if there's a SEMU core for it yet, but at least Wii and earlier.
So I guess y'all. But one thing you haven't spoke of that we're locked out of, PC games. What about PC games?
Moonlight? Yeah, I think you said streaming was, you would accept streaming, right?
You could do streaming. You could do, and I would say cloud streaming, if you have internet too, works.
True. Well, but even that, it's like,
I know.
I think if you have Game Pass Ultimate, you could basically play most. I mean, I guess not niche Steam games, but I don't know. I mean, it gets you most of the way there.
I know. And one thing, the reason this came up is because every time I travel, Dr. Specimen, one of the best pieces of hardware I had is that little HDMI stick with all the old emulators and games on it. Because it's nothing but this big. I plug it in, got 2 controllers. Yeah, I can't be laying all the way on the bed and play it. The reach is not that good. Yeah, it might not be the best loading times. But guess what? I have access to all these different games. I can play it. It's easy. I can take it with me. Doesn't take up a lot of room. And I can, if I'm in front of somebody, hey man, here's a controller. Let's play Street Fighter, Third Impact. They're like, damn, you got Third Impact? I usually hear people say Street Fighter 6 or 2, but you got Third Impact. Like, what the hell? But you could be able to do that. And I feel like a mini PC is kind of the only way to go to get the best of both worlds. Because right now there's, I'm sure, one loaded, right, with, what is it, Batera, whatever they call it, Battlesera? What do you call that thing with that people load on all these different devices now? And of course, it can connect to Steam. It can play all the emulators. It's its own front end. I forgot the name of it. But I see that loaded on a lot of systems now. Oh, gosh, I can't.
Don't know.
Batocera. How do you pronounce that?
Battlesera?
I think that's it. Hold on, let me see.
Yeah, I found it.
That was it. Yep.
I've never heard of this, honestly. I'm not big into crazy retro setups, so I've never dealt with this. But
yeah, and you're right. It's typically with retro setups. A lot of
because
times you get retro setups.
that's the other thing too is I'm so terminally stuck in the like GameCube to Wii U era of games because that was just what I my gaming journey started in the Wii era. I watched
True,
a lot of
yeah. So you ain't got to dig that deep.
and I own a Wii U, and the problem with Wii U games too, right, is that you kind of need that. It's like 3DS games, except because they're it's actually like full quality. You legitimately need two separate screens to really do it properly. So you could emulate it, but for most of the games, you got to do a bunch of weird shit to make it work properly. So you kind of just need the actual hardware.
Yeah, see that's the problem with the tinkering. You're right. Too much tinkering towards you. Like, why am I going to do all this tinkering if I have the actual hardware?
My Steam Deck. I own Splatoon. Dumped my own Splatoon game, and I tried to throw Splatoon on there. Problem is, Splatoon requires gyro controls to get past the first part. You have to get through the tutorial before you can switch off gyro controls. I just can't figure out how to do it. And you could do this weird thing where you can like map the gyro controls to something. I don't want to fuck with all that. I could just play it on my console. I have it right out there.
Thank you.
Like, it's not worth setting all this shit up.
It's not.
I don't get why people swear by it. Like, and quite honestly, the game's in 1080p anyways. I don't need it to run in 4K. I mean, it's fucking a Steam Deck. It can't run in 4K, even if I wanted it to. Like, I don't.
Yo, some people overhype the shit out of 4K, bro. Like they overhype it. Like,
I don't own a single thing. I don't think I own a single thing that's in 4K.
Yeah,
I had a TV that was 4K. My laptop's 1440p, but like.
And I think a lot of people really don't know. I think most of those people really want frames per second. I think that's what a lot of them want. I think they want 120 FPS and they have no idea. And when they start seeing it, they go, "What the hell?" And you're like, "Yeah." Like I think people seem to mix up a lot of shit when it comes to visual display. I don't
care that much about the frame rate though. Like Splatoon again, the only patch
Splatoon is definitely not going
Well, like the only patch Splatoon has for frame rate is for some reason they artificially limit the frame rate in the home world to 30 when the main game is in 60. But like, I have to deal with 30 until I get into the actual game.
Yeah, I don't think it matters that much. I'm with you on that. I think it's only certain games where you can tell. Let's just say that certain games where you look and you go, "Ooh." This ain't
like Mario 64. Mario 64 is a good example. That game has slowdown problems, and you can edit the ROM to fix some of the slow. But I think that's even stuff where it's like, I think the N64 doesn't have a problem with that. It's just the fact the game was coded poorly, and people make patches for it, and
they do.
It like will run just fine on the main system. So it's like,
and it's here we go.
Oh, also, low key, I kind of agree with the people when they're like, most of the people that are big into emulation just want a one-stop shop to pirate every game imaginable. And like, I'm normally the first to come out and be like, look, I think people are way too overzealous in calling everyone pirates, but I kind of get where they're coming from. And I wouldn't be shocked if a lot of the people, even like the big name YouTubers that push a lot of emulation stuff, secretly have like their SD card that they have hidden in a locked safe so they don't accidentally bring it out on their channel that has their 1.5 terabytes of pirated ROMs from every console before the GameCube. Like, you do you. Like, I don't care. Like, again,
and to me, games, I'm gonna ask you, if you have a channel like that, is that illegal if you want to test? I'm discussing products. Now, I shouldn't have to be able to download a game every time I need to test. And there's thousands of games. There's a lot of different games I got to test. I want to be able to give my audience real feedback on what this able to play. Would that hold up?
I mean, legally, I don't think you're going to get away with that. But I do think that, if you were like, if someone really like grilled you on it or something, like, I don't know, you're big in an emulation scene, and then like you make some software for like a homebrew scene, and some big dev there tries to like grill you on the fact that you dealt with emulation. If you were like, here's every game I've shown on my stream, and here's every copy of the game I own, and somehow they still were like, I don't believe you dumped that yourself. It's like, okay, so you pirated the game because you didn't want to dump it, but you do own it. Like, yeah, is that on paper illegal? Yes, but like, no harm, no foul, grow the fuck up. But like, actually pirating a bunch of stuff behind the guise of, I was doing it because I wanted my viewers to get the best experience or whatever. Like, that's no court's gonna care about that.
Yeah, you already know. They say anything to me, I got an addiction. They find some of me, I'm like, hey, I'm addicted. I'm a junkie. I have problems. I need rehab. I'm terrified of not having it. You know what I'm saying? Hey, every single thing. And they can have this recorded, play it back in the courtroom, okay? Because that's the truth. All right? I'm a junkie. That's how you got to say it, dude. Yo, Dr. Specimen, any last words? Take us out.
Fuck, I got a lot. We gotta catch up, bro. I'm gonna just say, subscribe to the channel, like the stream, watch all the shorts, like all the shorts, send them to your friends and family, show them to your kids before they go to sleep. Take them to your kids' show and tell, show all the kids, including me swearing. You gotta include that. Have a good night.
Yo, as always, everybody, appreciate y'all being here. Bad player, DJC Money. We put the link in there 100 times. I'm gonna have to talk to you afterwards to get the link to you. Also, everybody else, I didn't mean to leave you out. Chelsea's way, I know you was in there. Shout out to the ladies. Also, my man Blizzard Fox, good to see you, man. Hope you're doing well. Joshua Drake, shout out to you. I know it's somebody I'm missing in the chat, man. So my bad if I didn't. I seen I think I seen Petrix. Shout out to you. Ab, shout out to you. Anybody, if I didn't say your name, my bad. You know what I'm saying? Other than that, y'all, I gotta take one hell of a piss. And yeah, I'm hungry as shit. So yeah. We out. Holla. We out this joint, man. That Specimen. I'll at you, man. Be good, man. Appreciate you stopping by, man.